Yo guys, what's up? This is a best of 5 show match between Starbuck and Sok. Starbuck is from Slovenia. He's the second best European player. And he's also the top 5 player in the world maybe right now. Or at least top 8. It kind of changes from time to time, right? But he's an incredible player he's just insane. His main race used to be Undead, but he switched to Random and he's playing as Human these days. Except in Human Mirror, when he faces another human player, he wants to play Orc instead. And that's what he's doing here. This is a best of 5 show match between Starbuck and Sok. They recently met each other in some of the bigger tournaments. This is a $250 match. They win $50 per map and they will play all 50 maps regardless. Keep in mind, I don't have the game sound because if I do, you're also going to have to contend with multiple people commentary, and that doesn't do anyone any good. And thanks to Back to Warcraft for following this so that I can recast this as well via this VOD. So, let's talk about this. What is Starbuck doing? What is Sok doing? What can we learn from this as mortals, as orcs and humans? Sok going for an Archmage. He's level 1.7. He did a single camp with Militia. And after that is playing defensively. He teched without a Scout Tower. That means that he can save the money to tech much, much faster. That does mean he must stay at home to keep defending his peasants and militia with Footman, Water Elemental, and Archmage. If he doesn't make an Arcane Tower and he leaves, and an Orc player comes in to Farseer Harass with Feral Spirits, he will lose so much lumber economy from Feral Spirit Harass that he's going to be in the Stone Age. So as a human, you've got 2 choices. You do this delayed Arcane Tower and guard your base for the next 1.5 minutes, or you do a early Arcane Tower so you're allowed to leave. Both builds are valid, it just depends on your style. The advantage of this build that Sok is doing is that his tier 2 tech is a lot faster. That means his Mountain King timing is going to be in sync, in lockstep, with the timing of the Tauren Chieftain from Orc. If you do the early Arcane triple farm tech, you can leave, you can rush level 3 Archmage somewhere on the map, you can be happy forever without getting harassed because the Arcane Tower is going to zone the wolves. However, you will have 45-second later hero than the Orc. So it kind of depends what you prefer. Despite staying at home and having an Arcane eventually come up, 3 peasants have fallen. That is significant harass damage. Somewhere in between, there is a ideal peasant count to fall. I would say that count is actually 1. In my opinion, if you go for a Arcane Tower delayed, and you do a fast tech, you should not wall off your base. If you do, then your Archmage cannot stand at your peasants and you will actually take more damage. So very good harass result by Starbuck. I would say that he's ahead now. The normal peasant count loss is 1 in my opinion with this. Sok lost 3, Starbuck killed 3. So that puts Starbuck ahead. Sok's lumber is lower. Look at this now. He is making Mountain King Blacksmith, but he has 134 lumber, so not even enough to start an Arcane Sanctum. You can immediately see the result. Meanwhile, cool opening by Starbuck. After the Farseer and 7 Headhunters, he actually prioritized the investment of a slow Great Hall, which lasts 135 seconds to be produced, and he has made that on the natural expansion, and that actually delayed his Tauren Chieftain, and he has 7 Headhunters instead of 6. So he's now using his army size superiority, and in fact his ranged superiority, to zone away Sok from walking to the Great Hall and cancelling it. And the Great Hall got a buff recently, about a week ago. 5 seconds shorter, from 140-second production time to 135. Starbuck follows this up with both a Tauren Chieftain and then a Bestiary and then a Totem and then ranged attack upgrade with his Headhunters. By the way, quick note on what you're seeing here. This is a special graphics mod designed by a W3 Champions admin called... oh, that was an Archmage... Wait, let me roll that back. That was Archmage steal. He stole the level 6 troll. Oh my god. Oh, that is insane. He denied level 3 on the Farseer. Huge steal from Sok. Such a nice job. Great timing. Yep, there it is. Anyways, this is a graphics mod made by Kenshin. It is neither Classic SD, nor Classic HD, nor Reforged. This was drawn by Kenshin, a Polish designer that is with W3 Champions. Back to Warcraft likes this one a lot. They like to showcase it, so they use it. That's why it looks different. I think there's pros and cons. I don't like it enough to switch to it. It requires a third-party program or third-party installation to override how the graphics look like. I don't want to go through that. I don't expect my viewers to go through that, so I just want to stay with what is known. But I think there's it's a pretty cool project, pretty cool idea, and you know, if you like it, you can try to find out. I think it looks nice. I don't like everything about it, but overall it looks really cool. Kind of anime-ish. Definitely better than Reforged. And not just a little bit either, because that's not a tall bar to clear. Anyways, back to the build. I feel like we have a Torrent Totem cancel by Starbuck. Looks like he chose not to let the Torrent Totem finish, and is instead just going for Headhunters and Kodo Beast. He's got his 1 attack upgrade. He's researching reinforced defenses to make his burrows safer. There's a second Kodo Beast coming, and an 8th Headhunter, and Starbuck has a fully operational second base. He's creeping his Tauren Chieftain to level 3, and it just feels insane, actually, how far ahead he is. Level 3 FS, level 3 TC, against Archmage MK that are close, but not quite to the same level. And Orc has a bonus expansion while being force supply ahead already of human. I mean, it feels incredible. So Starbuck felt that the super fast tech by human that underinvests in tier 1, that doesn't spam rifles early, not that early, not like a paladin rifle early. It doesn't spam footmen, 6 footmen, Archmage level 3, double water elemental level 2. You know, it doesn't have any of that. Doesn't have defense upgrade. It is impossible for that army to beat Starbuck's Farseer Headhunter army, and he has used the cover of that strength to build up this base. Now we're about to get the moment of the game where we can see if Starbuck can hold. He's very low in lumber. I did do a little bit of lumber replacement peons. He's got more peons than usual, 6 on lumber. He's at 22 lumber right now. He's making ensnare upgrade and a Headhunter. So he's going to switch after those 2 Kodos. He's not going to go like 3, 4, 5 Kodos. He's got his ensnare upgrade and is going for a Headhunter Raider. This is how he chooses to go over 50 population. And look, Starbuck isn't creeping on the side of the map. He's fully preparing to receive Sok's army, and in fact already has his Torrent Chieftain on a invisibility potion. Now note that Sok has a dust. He realized the absence of the army aura, the absence of the aura on the army actually meant the TC is invisible. And he did a blind dust, but the Starbuck kept his TC away. That was so smart. They're playing on such a high level here, understanding and reading things about each other that most people wouldn't even know, even by looking at this stream. If I didn't explain it. TC has Invul, has Heal Pot, Mana Stone. He's going to pull back, drop... he dropped a health potion, then took the Healing Pot. A little bit too fancy. It gives you maybe like 20 extra health if you do it this way, and not worth the time lag that it created. Gets a decent War Stomp. Headhunters, they aren't attacking anything too special. Ideal attack target for Headhunters would be Priests and Sorceresses. But Starbuck is just playing front to back. He's not getting himself out of position to try and get the perfect Headhunter target fire. No, he's just dealing damage to the Mountain King in front, killing whatever peasants and militia came up, and just playing it front to back without getting his Headhunters out of position. I like to sometimes get nice up and close and personal with my opponent, speed skating my Headhunters into the Priests so that I can attack something that actually matters. It's very exciting playing it that way. I don't know if Starbuck is like used to it or he didn't think it's the right call here. Let's see how he takes the next fight. 11 Headhunters. He's starting his second attack upgrade. He's only 7 population ahead now. That ensnare didn't do much. That's a fake, a water elemental. TC trying to mind his position. He has Invul, he has Heal Scroll. Shouldn't use Heal Scroll yet. You want to wait until the second clap. What Sok is really missing here is a bunch of militia that can come in and then build Arcane Vault. I guess it's because every militia was killed in that fight. That's the thing that Starbuck was killing. He was happy to kill those peasants. Yeah. Population gap is not large. We also have 1/1 upgrades on Sok's rifles. It feels wild if Starbuck doesn't get the win here, because I feel like he got the free expansion for so long. But he kind of has trouble having his Headhunters attack relevant targets. His Headhunters are attacking Mountain King, Rifle. Not really like a surge of damage coming in. I think actually he needed to micro it like I do with the Headhunters going in. With Mountain King not having mana, there's no reason not to sprint your Headhunters into casters. Like, yes, you're going to be hit by rifles, so what? You'll hit them back as well. But you want to take care of those priests and sorceresses early. Now, with rifles just being that tanky as they are, they're just not taking enough damage to die when there's priest healing in the back. And sometimes you're getting clapped. So I think Starbuck's expo timing is nice. I'll probably end up copying that. I like that a lot. But I think his battle micro left a little bit to be desired. He's also very blocked. Whereas Headhunters could not possibly deploy into the human army. By now it's too late, by the way. By now it's too late. This is definitely going to be $50 towards Sok. Even with the 2 attack upgrades in the Kodo, it feels like Headhunters are doing literal 0 DPS. And it's because they're attacking medium armor or hero armor against whom they do reduced. Fights go so much better when you take care of the Sork's Priest early. Usually, it can be scary to speed scroll your Headhunters in, because they can thunderclap all your Headhunters when you run in. But if you micro them better, and you try to dodge or control the Mountain King, then you're in a better spot. Once you've dealt with the Priests, the benefit is, you can now use Feral Spirits again, without the fear of them getting dispelled. And once you've dealt with the Sorceresses, you can actually move again, without feeling like you're walking through quicksand. Or worse. So, yeah, nice game by Sok. Just a pretty classical play. Early tech, crept up his Mountain King to 3, and then attacked. And then he just did the fight better, I guess. He Stormbolt controlled the TC. TC never got relevant War Stomp against anything, because I guess the human just walked away. He just slows the TC or bolts it, and then just walks away. And we don't have like a big stomp. Yeah, I think with Starbuck's strat and my micro, we could have won this game. That's where the priests are getting dispelled. Look, that stomp is just 2 units. It's just not good enough. Yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward this. I know that's like kind of not done. You shouldn't do this in casting and commentary, but this is not a live match. I was able to avoid getting spoiled. This was like not an interesting part of the game. Now let's see how Starbuck tries to make it back into the game. He's doing some hit and run. Let's see, does he have pillage? He does not have pillage. Oh, Mountain King level 5. Okay, I can't watch this. Very unprofessional of me, but I'm gonna just fast forward into the next fight, because we all know where this is going. TC is level 5. But so is Mountain King. We have double heal scroll and Unholy Aura and Scroll of the Beast on Starbuck. But he's 50 population against 64. Really cool. The Invis dodging once again on the Mountain King's Dust of Appearance is really sick. That's a huge War Stomp. Yo! But look, what happens during this War Stomp? I think that's the really key part. Watch, you're gonna get a perfect War Stomp. That's a 5-second stun on all those units. Now watch their health. And watch what happens when those units are stunned for 5 seconds. What's the follow-up? If there's no follow-up, then there's almost no value, despite the huge War Stomp. I don't see any damage being dealt. It's because right now the Headhunters are thunderclapped. I see a lot of damage by the Mountain King. Thunderclap does far more raw damage on Headhunter Raider than War Stomp. Thunderclap is like 200 damage and War Stomp is 75. So the true value in the War Stomp is not the damage it deals, it's the follow-up damage that you can do, because they are stunned for 5 seconds in a large AoE, which, by the way, sounds super OP. I don't like how those Headhunters are moving. They're always bringing up the rear, just walking up and attacking. They're not going for casters enough, so there's no chance. Starbuck also at 670 gold. Clap is huge, raw damage. Now, that could be a kill on the Archmage. Okay. But he's at 27 population against 54. Don't get excited, guys. Don't start saying you shouldn't have fast forwarded, because this game is still up. And maybe Starbuck is still gonna win by killing heroes? Nah. Sok is gonna send a unit to the tavern. He's gonna rebuy his Archmage. If Starbuck wins this, I don't know what I'll do. I'll have to rewatch it and force myself to watch those boring creeping moments in the lost games. Archmage is back. Brilliance is back. Sorceresses have invisibility upgrade. There's shamans coming out for Starbuck. Ah, GG. Told you guys. Alright. Well, let's go to game number 2. $50 to Sok. That was really interesting. Let's go to the next. I like that Great Hall opening. Oh my. Hello. Logitech. Catigol. Okay. Here we go. Game number 2 on Northern Isles. Same opening again. Farseer Headhunter opening with double burrow. It's an opening that I... Oh wait, hold on a second. It's with Blade Master this time. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I know. I saw wrong. This is Blade Master. This is actually what I'll be teaching as the intermediate guide. The game you saw before is what I'll roughly be teaching as the new Orc beginner guide. Soon to be coming on YouTube. Yeah, this is the 6 peon opener with 1 grunt into 14 population war mill, so that you can go grunt into Headhunter. With double burrow, you start blade, mirror image creeping. Now, I was losing some games to human recently, about a week or 2 ago, and someone in chat said the way that Starbuck plays against human, and I reconstructed it from imagination, not because I saw it. I've never seen him do it. They said he goes blade level 3 and he ignores it when human fast expands. He just ignores it. Just pretend it doesn't happen. Just don't look under the bed and there's no monster, Lamau. Let's see how that works for him. Let's see how it works to ignore the expansion. You're gonna get a fat Blade Master, but with 0 peasant kills, human has a very good opening. He's gonna send the second image to scout. Will now confirm, yes indeed, there was an expansion. Started at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Takes 52 seconds, so it'll finish at 4:24, I believe. Except he's making a scout tower, so it's gonna be a little bit delayed. Probably about a minute. 4:30. Okay. And where is Starbuck at? 1 grunt, 3 headhunters. He's creeping. He's level 2.3 right now. Gloves, mantle, potion of replenishment. Yo! Sending his units to go to the orange camp, and that will actually round out and give him level 3. The idea is either you hire a rush hero, like a tavern rush hero, and you try to do massive damage on the human expansion, or you play it out normally and take a counter expansion, slow Great Hall. But I like this from Sok a lot. By starting to harass the headhunters early, he's preventing whatever dream scenario Starbuck had concocted. 1 headhunter is maybe going to be going down against the footman, but Starbuck realizes you've stopped chasing this headhunter actually with your archmage. And as long as I keep moving the headhunter, it's not going to die to that footman. So tier 2 for Starbuck is not finished yet. He's still working on it. Bootsel Speed Archmage is chasing these headhunters down furiously. Starbuck has purchased boots and sold TP. He can now use Blade to start hitting things. Looks like the first headhunter will not go down. Wow. Even though Archmage has a clause of attack +5, wrongly listed as a +4 in the overlay. Headhunter tanks the initial arcane. Blade, grunt, and images come in and start trying to hit some peasants. That's the first peasant death of the game. That's the second. I think 0 headhunters have actually gone down so far. Second hero has been started, Shadowhunter. There's 6 headhunters in the game. No troll regen yet. Nice blocks there on the headhunter. Oh, he wanted to do honorable Sudoku, and it didn't work because the creeps were catatonic. They did some spell cast and just stopped. They just stopped casting. Grunt has gone down to maybe kill another peasant or so. Lumbermill is almost finished. Blacksmith and Arcane are coming up for Sok. All the headhunters saved, but Archmage comes in, has a little some to say about that. Headhunters pull back into the base. 6 footmen, 20 peasants. Where's tier 2? 60% tier 2 for Starbuck. Shadowhunter almost done. Bam, immediate tier 3 for Starbuck. Okay, I think I know where this is going to go. Starbuck is going to do a tiny Great Hall counter expansion. He can do that at roughly 840. Let's say 9 minutes. A 9-minute counter expansion takes 30 seconds to come up. 9:30, the counter expansion will start. Sok's expansion was done by 4:30. That's 5-minute difference, 600 gold per minute. That's a 3,000 gold difference. So Sok has a 3,000 gold advantage over Starbuck if the Tiny Great Hall comes up immediately upon finishing tier 3. How does Starbuck recover from a 3k gold deficit? He has already started a bit, losing only a single headhunter. He has killed some peasants and some footmen. Let's say about 300 gold. Okay, what else is he gonna get? Boom, another hex footman. That's 120. That's another 120 gold? Are footmen 120 or 135? Or 130? Something like that. I think it's 135 actually. So, yeah, 135. So every footman he kills is another 135. Not quite to 3,000 gold yet. Of course, every tower that Sok makes is another minus gold, especially if you don't interact with them. So let's say if Sok spent 3k on towers, then they're actually in the same boat economically. As long as you don't attack. You see how that works? Shadowhunter has one set of heal solves. Mounting has started for Sok at about 7 minute 20. Okay. We've got tier 3 started for Sok. So that makes it feel like this is going to be triple aviary mass griffins. If he wanted to go for casters, breaker, sork, priest, rifle, he would already be starting those production buildings. So I'm just going to assume, unless it's some kind of weird mass knight build, this is triple aviary griffins. Starbuck has a torrent totem. Because I think what Starbuck wants is a tiny great hall into Tauren's Shredder. Zerker Tauren, Walker, and Shredder. Shredder to bring up the rear with lumber economy, and Tauren's to beat anything on the ground. But as I say that, Sok is a weird player. He has started Arcane Sanctum. I don't know why. He has started an Arcane Sanctum. Maybe to steal Spirit Link? There's a Shredder for Sok. Is he gonna go full Sanctum build and he just wanted Paladin? That's weird. One Sanctum and nothing else. Is he gonna be Knight Breaker? Okay, that was a very clean timing Tiny Great Hall. Remember, I said if he does it immediately, it's like 840, he can buy it. This is 855 where he built it. So he pretty much bought it immediately and planted the Great Hall. Very important. Lovely timing by Starbuck. Nice on the stretch. Shadow nearly going to be dying to creeps. Not quite. Berserkers level up with health. Plus 100 from the Berserker training. There's the double Aviary. So I just wonder why double Aviary 1 Sanctum? Why not just triple Aviary? Let's see how Sok is going to use it. Maybe he wants to combine a few Spellbreakers just to take Link away to make Focus Fire Griffins a bit better. Or maybe he's going to go Priest Inner Fire. Oh, the Sapper is going to be big! Wow, he kills a Peon and a Burrow, damaging the next Burrow a little bit. Just wants to get one more Peon. Gonna have to TP out before Shadow gets him. Looks like he's actually not afraid. Just like Paladin. Buzan the Fearless. Okay. Now, does Starbuck have a Shredder yet? No. And he just lost a Burrow and he lost a Peon. Not an insignificant loss when you consider he sent 5 out of 7 of his Lumber Peons to go mine at the expansion. That's 5 out of 7 go to the Expo. He only has 2 left in his main. One of them dies. He's at 190 Lumber. Soon, he will have massive Lumber issues. It's going to be crazy. So what does Sok have? He's got a Zeppelin. Training Paladin. Even now, still making a Footman? That is wild. So that's not a fighting unit. He made that Footman to send it around the map to go do Harass with Defend upgrade. You can see the Footman moving over here on the minimap, right here. It's a smaller investment than Knights. Paladin, Masonry, Priest training, Stormhammers, Animal War training. Shaq is going for the long run. So he's getting all these high value upgrades. He's going to get Knights, Griffins, and Priests with Inner Fire. And Paladin third. So he's definitely investing in the value of his army. He's not doing a quick follow-up timing. Sok, the Korean human player, plays this very different than one of my contemporaries, Li Xiaofeng. Sky would have done. Sky always followed this kind of stuff up with the fastest possible Griffin attack. We're not talking about 80 population 0-3 upgrade. Nah, he would show up with 62 pop. It's like, boom, bam. He was like a train. He would run you like a train. He gets to tier 3, bam, double Griffin, starts attacking. Or maybe the first 4 Griffin starts attacking. Okay, what does Starbuck have? 1 Walker, 5 Headhunters. Inner Fire upgrade has begun for Sok. He's got 0 Griffins so far, but he's making his first. Still maintaining 50 population cap. Not wanting to go into low upkeep just yet. Getting some little creeps in. With his Archmage Mountain King Pala. There are triple Aviary now, actually. So he made a third eventually. Now Starbuck is creeping more because he has a larger standing army. He's got 4 Berserkers. No War Mill upgrades, by the way, mind you. No Shredder yet. I think Starbuck should really like to have a Shredder. Oh, nice deny, even in such moments. Sok denied his own Water Ele Giggle. I think it's got to be a Shredder, right? Starbuck is going to be out of lumber. He doesn't even have reinforced defenses yet. Starbuck is so far away from where he needs to be to deal with the threat that's about to bear down upon him. I like his multitasking, using Blade to interrupt the Magnetor creeping. Oh, there's the Griffins coming. 1 armor upgrade, 1 attack upgrade coming. Inner Fire, 1 Griffin on the field, 3 more coming. Staff. Okay. Does he finally... Finally Starbuck has a Shredder. But now it's still going to take... I don't know, like... it's going to take him another 2 minutes to ramp up in lumber economy to get everything he wants. He doesn't have War Mill upgrades, no reinforced defenses. Needs double barracks. The totem here will be valuable for disenchant, removing Inner Fire. Oh, 1 Griffin could pop out here. You could Hex and Lightning Orb it. And the way that AI works, it always attacks first when a unit comes out of the aviary. Even when you rally away, a rally command is essentially an attack move command to the location. This has pros and cons. This means that even when you rally the aviary away from an attacking force, the moment it pops out, it will look at them and attack. So you need to be mindful of your own production cycle. If you know that something is coming, an attacker is coming, you got to be there standing over the aviary and quickly clicking him and moving him away. So 3 Griffins, soon to be 6. Upgrades are 1-1, soon to be 1-2. There's Inner Fire, there's 2 Priests with it. Against 8 Berserkers. Now, hero level wise, there's a lead for Starbuck. Blade Shadow TC. I will say, I don't think TC is the right call going up against Griffins. He is better when going up against Archmage Mountain King Paladin, because War Stamp can shut down Staff of Sanctuary, Divine Shield, and Holy Light. So in that sense, it's better. It also empowers Headhunters. And to be fair, Starbuck is playing mass Headhunters, which, if you do that, you do want that aura. But the way that we used to play against this, of course, the old generation that by now has lower MMR than Starbuck, so who knows who's right, we used to do this with Goblin Alchemist 3rd and triple Bestiary Mass Batrider. And with that, you use the Acid Bomb spell to reduce the armor of the Griffins. You use Walkers to disenchant Protection Scroll and Inner Fire. And once you've removed the 5 armor from Inner Fire, the 2 armor from Protection, so -7, and then you do Acid Ball -3, 4, 5 armor. Now your bats are suddenly doing good damage again against those upgraded Griffins that also have Devotion aura, most likely, which they do. Reinforced defenses is done, but now let's see what Headhunters can do against Griffins, especially in such a tight choke. I'm gonna say it, I don't think Sok needed to TP there. I think that was a death trap for Starbuck, not for Sok. Yes, you're in the enemy base, but no, it's actually your home. You own that place. How are those Zerkers going to move into the Griffins? And by the way, Griffins have a vertical slice. Vertical slice sounds like something else, actually. They have a vertical cleave that allows them to do damage against units that are arriving in a line in the best. I think Sok could have won right there. A vertical cleave. Yeah, vertical slice is something in game dev where you show how a game can work. You show a small part of a game and you show how it can work. Kind of like a partial demo of a game. Double Staff of Sanctuary. Triple Claw on Archmage. Claws plus 5, 8, and 12. With Orb of Slow as well. That's a new item that human has. In lieu of the Orb of Fire, it has a chance to perform a slow that's similar to Sorceress Slow. One attack upgrade for Headhunters. 2/2 upgrades for Griffins. I think we know where this one is trending towards. I wonder if Starbuck ever lost to orcs that play like this when he masters Griffins. I really doubt it. I don't think this is a very effective style. You're up against Thunderclap level 2. Your Headhunters do 0 DPS during the time they are Thunderclapped. Okay, this is a very messy fight. Walker has no mana, so he can't remove the Inner Fire. Lightning Orb, of course, does remove it. I see a lot of Zerkers falling. Snake Wards? Really? Damn, level 1 snakes. Well, they're gonna have to put in some work. Okay, I see some Griffins dying. I see Headhunters dying, but I see Griffins dying as well. Not too bad, not too bad. Starbuck has also done a good job of preventing further expansions by the human player, thus far at least. I would have liked to see more Headhunter upgrades, which would have been possible maybe with an earlier Shredder. No human should ever lose this, says 4th Age. The cluttering of flying units is one of the worst things. Yeah, flying is always weird in RTS. It's very hard to follow. If only humans had vision that could see 2 things at the same time. We need separate eye stalk. We need one eye to watch the ground and one eye to watch the air. We need new technology and biology. Then we could see ground and air at the same time. 8 Griffins. 2/3 upgrades. Expo has begun. What is Starbuck doing? He has 9 Headhunters. I don't see it. He's not producing anything. Did he just get Tiny Great Hall? Is he making Expo in the bottom right? The item inventory has not updated to that effect, if that's true. But I can only imagine that has to be the thing, no? Whew! Do Griffins scale of sword upgrades? Yes. Yes, they do. Human has this interesting tech tree for blacksmith where every unit overlaps with a subsection of the rest of the human army. So Griffins are swords and shields. Griffins are swords and leather jerkins. Knights are swords and shield. Steam tanks are guns and shields. There's all kinds of different combos. Okay, Blade is low. He's going to use Invulnerability Potion. We see some hero focus here. That was not the greatest Thunderclap, I guess. Focus Fire on the Walker. Okay, good damage on the Griffin. By the way, Lightning Purge from Orb prevents Staff of Sanctuary, which is great. TC has Invul and Ankh of Reincarnation. He's going to use Ankh of Reincarnation first. I like the target fire on Griffins here with the Blade Headhunters. I feel like this position was really good for Starbuck. Not being forced to move into the human was very helpful. However, he's going to spend Clarities to heal up, and human is spending Staff of Sanctuary to heal up, which is free, cooldown based. He also has Brilliance. As usual, all the other races than Orc have free healing, and Orc does not. So Orc has a higher bar to clear in performance. An Orc has to be more excellent. Has to be more excellent. No. This is not just balance wine, guys. I'm just saying you need a higher performance in the fight to feel like you're drawing even. You need to see Orc kill more things than they lose by money because they're going to spend money to heal up their army in both mana and health. It's true. Huge Thunderclap coming in. Nice one. I think these graphics look a little weird on the Berserkers, guys. Those Berserkers, to me, look a little bit like Book of the Dead Skeleton Archers. I have been fooled multiple times this game that those Headhunters are Skeleton Archers from the Book of the Dead. That's what happens when you use new graphic settings from, you know, a fan. They look too thin from this perspective, like Skeleton Archers. In what way do other races have free healing? Blight has 8 times the healing Orc units have when you're on Blight. Statues give health and mana. Orc has nothing that gives mana. Right? Statues self-regenerate their own mana, and then they give health and mana with their healing pulse. 5 Scout Towers in production. Yeah, and Eloon's Bathwater for Night Elf. That's right. What about Healing Word? Healing Word is free healing. That's true. You do have to get it, but it's true. Healing Word and Priest are equivalent. GG. Sok gets the W. 2 wins. Oh, this was sponsored by Riza Owns. I see. I know him. I've seen him in chat long. That's nice. He's supporting show matches. Okay, let's go to game number 3. Sok has pulled the Paladin rifle trigger. Very interesting to see if Starbuck can take down this Pala rifle in clinical fashion. Starbuck, a week ago, beat Infi, who was doing Pala rifle, and then claimed, "This is how you beat Pala rifle, orcs. See, that's just how to do it." But then he lost to other people's Pala rifle. Infi's wasn't that good. I would like to see him do well so I can copy, or to be proven right that it's too hard to beat. Either one works, it's win-win. So the harass has begun so far. To be fair, Sok used Pala Griffin last time. Well, of course, because Starbuck's answer was Torrents. Of course human is going to go Griffins against Torrents. There's 2 ways that humans beat Torrents. One, with rifles. Just win anyway. Via timings, micro, hitting before too many Torrents, that kind of thing. The second way that human beats Torrents is Griffins. Sorcerers don't work so well anymore because Torrents now have a resistant skin. So yeah, of course, if Orc has a massive gap in their power spike by not building anything and saving up for Torrents, human can do the same and go for Griffins. Will Starbuck stay in the match? Or will he fall behind 0-3 and then just play for money, but not be able to win the best of 5 anymore? Well, are you sending it to me, X404D? So, Headhunter harass, exhausting the Paladin's mana a little bit. Orc doesn't want to take too much damage. He does get troll regeneration eventually, which means he is allowed to lose a little bit of health on Headhunters, but he doesn't want to overdo it. At this moment, Headhunters have more range, 500 against 400. So you're trying to utilize that a bit. Because of turn rates in Warcraft 3, it means that the 500 range unit cannot hit with impunity on a 400 range unit. By the time you hit from 500, the 400 can walk up, and even if you try to walk away, you have to rotate 180 degrees. That takes a bit of time, and then the rifle gets a shot. So 500 does not pummel 400, but it does get more hits in total, because your attack cooldown starts the moment you throw a spear. So if you stand and fight, you stand your ground, okay, Kona, then both of you shooting, Headhunter will get more hits. So that range advantage still matters. Not much mana left on the Farseer. Panda second, Drunken Ace, creeps with a set of wolves to shop. That's going to give Panda 4 Starbuck, level 2.2, and a nice consumable and invulnerability. The Farseer Headhunter pressure has succeeded in keeping Paladin very low level. It's funny because at this time, Paladin, like if I was new, you just planted me on this earth, and I was new to this, and I see like, oh yeah, Warcraft 3, yeah, I get it. I see what they're doing. I'll be like, what is this fool doing with Pala Rifle? It looks so bad. The dude showed up, he exhausted all his resources. This doesn't look like a good build if I was 0 days old. However, we know how it ramps up when Blood Mage comes out. Blood Mage, a little bit late, starts at 620. Normally, can start it a bit earlier than that and have him out before minute 7. It's just going to come out slightly after that. Starbuck kept creeping. He has Drunken Ace, Fire Breath, Gloves of Haste, Invulnerability Potion. He's level 2.8. What is he doing behind this? Is it Torrents again? He's getting ranged attack upgrade, just finished his 8th Headhunter, and he is 60% of the way to tier 3. So it's Torrents once again. Panda is level 3 now. Level 3 Panda against level 1 Paladin. Any other race would get completely smoked here. Any other hero combo. If you play the game like this, it looks so bad now, the Pala rifle. But isn't it largely similar to the last game they played? I guess I didn't watch that one in as much detail because Orc got dusted. But it'd be interesting to study the differences. This is what it would look like if you go TC Headhunter against Archmage Footman Harass. You'll be like walking around with a level 1 TC, AM is level 2 or 3. Then they get Mounticing and then the herding starts. But let's see what happens when Blood Mage is here. Sok is going to do a bit of creeping. His Paladin finally gets level 2 in Devotion Aura. We've got double Invulnerability Potion on Starbuck. Normally not the best item to get, but actually not bad at all. Because you can use the 15-second invul window to cover and get Clarity Heal Solve running on the Panda, protecting his mana pool from being drained for 15 seconds and even buffing it. There's the Firelord third, that's part of the meta now. He's going to Soul Burn the Blood Mage. Part of the meta at countering Pala Rifle. If you open Headhunters, this is how to play the game, guys. I think that speed scroll was a misclick. That had to be a misclick. Yeah, this is the best meta when you open with Headhunter against Pala Rifle. Farseer, quick Panda, creep him to level 3, and then Firelord Soul Burn, and you interrupt the Blood Mage Siphon every time he tries to Siphon. And if you do that a couple of times, after that you can choose to also use it on Paladin to prevent Holy Light. Okay, we have 1 attack upgrade, 9 Berserkers or so, 8 or 9 Berserkers, 8 Berserkers. 1 Spirit Walker. Ah, so it's not Torrents then. Is he not doing Torrents anymore? Wait, do I see an expansion? Oh, Tiny Great Hole expansion. Okay, and the totem is for walkers. For Spirit Link to spread damage. And then benefit from Troll Regeneration, which is a very high unit regen. I like that. Saki Saki. There's the nerf range in view. A week ago or 2 weeks ago, Siphon range was nerfed. The start range is still 600, but the break range is now 700 instead of 800. It's a subtle enough nerf, but it's noticeable and it helps. Sok has once again gone for tier 3. What I feel like is happening here is Starbuck recently showed in the more important tournament, the Dolphin Warcraft Cup, and the $21,000 tourney that Starbuck ended up losing to Sok in. In that, Starbuck showed a Tauren play, Headhunter Tauren. And I feel like Sok is blindly countering that because maybe he saw the totem, he saw the build-up and everything. Nice Drunken Age Fire Breath. So he's going to tier 3 to get Griffins again, double Aviary in production now. But this time, Starbuck used the drop in momentum. Oh, this is one that's going to be big. He used the drop in momentum from Sok to get the Tiny Great Hole up. Which I like a lot. Soulburn on the Paladin kills the Blood Mage. I love this. This is meta. This is like compounding meta play. If you give Sok a chance to counter this, he would just not go to tier 3. He would just not do it. The only reason this works is because Starbuck showed Torrents last time, made everything look the same for 9 minutes. And then instead of getting 1 or 2 Torrents out, he got a Tiny Great Hole with walkers, more upgrades, more money for items, and then hit with that. I don't think this will work super reliably per se, if you give the human a chance to counter it over and over. But it's still a nice win that shows a level of thinking, development, and understanding how to frame your starts and mid-game, making things look the same but being different. He won without the payoff from Tiny. That's true. Cool game, but I don't think I'm going to play that strat. I do think it's the best strat with Headhunter Opener. But it's part of the strategy to change your ways and find the winning choices. I guess so, to a degree. As long as the answer is you win 50% of the time. Carl Sagan 42. Thank you for the raid. I know a Carl Sagan. An American astronomer and planetary scientist, but he's not with us anymore. So you are an imposter. Wait, you could have the same name, actually. We're starting with Farseer against Archmage here. Thank you for the raid, appreciate it. I used to rush home after school to watch your Warcraft 3 replays like 20 years ago. Hey, I used to rush home from school to play Warcraft 3. So we are almost the same. Thanks for the raid, Carl. When I used to have a sick teacher with a 1 hour break in between classes, I would take the 1 hour and bicycle home in 5 minutes. 4 or 3 if I'm really fit. And then I would play 2 games of Warcraft 3 and then go back to school. And my schoolmates would do like useless things like socializing, homework, eating. Okay, spike upgrade coming because I think Starbuck is expecting a footman attack on his burrows potentially. Nerds, yeah. You're supposed to be commentating this match, not sharing personal anecdotes. I know. Here we go. Let's jump into it. Defense upgrade has started. Archmage looks too fat. I'm just gonna say it. You've all noticed it. I'm gonna say it. He looks too fat in this graphics mod. But, yeah. Not to critique the mod too much. I think it's a really nice effort. Grubby would be scary if he was a crack addict. Yeah, I would be such a good one. I'll be all over your garbage bins for sure, getting everything. Anyways, tough life for them. Defense upgrade is ready, but Archmage is level 2.9, so he doesn't have the level 2 elementals yet. Tommy K had the same problem. This map has this problem. This map and this creep rat is exactly level 2.9. But if he gets the burrow, and I think he will, he gets level 3. 1 burrow for an elemental and 1 footman. Good result for Sok. There goes a second footman. No boots of speed on Archmage, so headhunters are not guaranteed to die. He does not want to go in because he's going to get surrounded. Tech timing. This is the slower tech timing variant I told you guys about. The triple farm tech, probably with an arcane tower, instead of the double farm tech we saw in game 1 on Autumn Leaves. Both heroes level 3 at the same time. Nice effort by Starbuck to creep his Farseer to 3 that fast. Also from Elemental and Footman kills, of course, but it's not an easy task to stay on even footing in XP with the human. Not without a cost though, he lost the burrow. Spike barricades didn't do shit there. Lodge cancel. We have 2 burrows coming up behind. Sok started his first rifleman. Oh, Elemental nearly gets the headhunter. The peon there on hold position under the war mill, actually with the block. He heal selfs it, but Sok comes in. Wants to hit the headhunter again, denied by Starbuck. But that's minus 33 gold. And another headhunter now comes in with low health. Sok is going to go for that one as well. It's heal self, but it dies. That's minus 33 again. That's 66 in total. 66 gold. Double headhunter death is another 270 gold. That's 300 plus gold. Oh, that lodge wasn't cancelled. That lodge, let me see that again. That lodge was not cancelled. That's minus so much gold. The sad music timing, yeah. Actually, I don't think this music is sad. I think this music is melancholy. There are happy undercurrents in this music as well. It's not really sad or happy. It has a combination, in my opinion. Wistful, perhaps. Not quite sad. It's used in a sad setting in the campaign. You mean, do you remember actually when it was used in the campaign? Oh, the music is called Tragic Confrontation. Is it where Uther and Arthas meet each other? What? How can you consider that? I don't think it was that. You're just listing synonyms for sad. Alright, alright. I just remember good times because we tried to save the kingdom from the infected peasants. I don't think it was that sad. Yeah, this looks not good for Starbuck. His Spirit Lodge is about to finish, and Mountain King is already level 1.5. Normally, the ideal scenario has an orc creep their expansion, throw up like a 7-minute expo, and force the human to act against it early. Because once human gets level 3/3 unimpeded... Wait a minute, that's a real water elemental? I hate how that looks. Look, this is the new graphics mod by a user. Light blue like it should be. And then from inside the light blue water elemental, a illusion water elemental comes. And now it looks like an illusion, but it's real. It's too dark blue. Too dark. But anyway, this is not a critique about the graphics mod. I just had to point it out. Looks like the Jinn from Aladdin. Like Will Smith. But he can fix it. Yeah, maybe he will. I mean, it is a critique. It shouldn't... My video shouldn't be one. I am critiquing it, yes. But not because I hate it. Because it can be better. Mountain King level 2.8, TC level 3. This time elected to go with the Shockwave. Did you guys see Will Smith was on some Twitch streams? How cool is that? I'd love it if he showed up on my Twitch stream. We would play Warcraft 3 with XQC. Yeah, with XQC. And with Botes Live. Isn't... I don't know, he might be Mark Kratu. I used to think he was so cool. Wait, for real? Yeah, he was on Twitch streams. Isn't that so quirky? But look, whatever you think, even if you think you're gonna get slapped, if you're a Twitch streamer and his PR team reaches out for him to come in your stream, anyone would still say yes. It's still a unique experience. I wouldn't? Well, but you wouldn't be a streamer too then. I mean, no, I don't need it, but I would still accept. It's just such a unique experience. It's interesting. Nice lightning shield on the grunt there. Dude, I watched Independence Day so many times. Independence Day. It was really cool. Nice attack here by Starbuck. Getting some good peasant kills. I'm not sure he should be here. That's going to cost him 2 shamans. Oh, I think he really overdid it. Can we go back to before this turned into a disaster? This was great. Lightning shield grunt. Okay, we got a town portal on Farseer. What the hell was he thinking, taking it anywhere beyond this? What the hell is this? What are you doing? You're wasting $50 here. What, to attack a priest? Oh. But very nice attacks on the peasants. There's 5 peasants left. Unfortunately for Starbuck, the peasant count does not immediately lead to problems for Sok. In fact, sometimes getting your peasants slapped can be economically advantageous. Because you can push the 50 pop with a more high quality army without going into upkeep. You have more army. And the only way that's a problem is if you also have 20 lumber and no lumber peasants. Then you need to work on replacing them. But look, there is no problem. Sok has 547 lumber in escrow. So he's got his 5 peasants, makes 2 new ones. It's gonna work on the future lumber. Sok has a unit scouting for Starbuck Expo. Usually Orc Hit and Run is combined with expansion, so he wants to make sure that's not happening. Even though Starbuck doesn't have an expansion, he's got his fully finished 50 pop army. He's preparing Burrow over upgrade. He's doing some Zeppelin play with Wolf. The Zeppelin, I think, holds only Wolves right now. And meanwhile, he's creeping as far as here TC. Now, with only 2 Wolves popping out, I think Sok can imagine it's not full of heroes and units, and that actually Starbuck is creeping at the same time. And because of that, he's moving out to his expansion. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Kodo should never join these things. Never join this hit and run. No, you don't want to take this fight, Starbuck. Why did he even walk forward? Now his Kodo is going to get caught. He's going to have to TP out. Which, if he does, by the way, Sok gets the red spot. So he's standing his ground. Good for him. Meanwhile, there's an a tower attempt by the footman. And Starbuck is replacing only the raider he lost. He's not going over 50 pop just yet. So Starbuck backs off. Sok can now move in on the Great Hall. On the red spot, I should say. Which will give him level 4, 4.2 on AMMK and a nice item to boot. Biggest item for Sok here would be Unholy Aura or Endurance Aura. Without a doubt. Unholy in particular I think would be sick as hell for him. What does he get? Helm of Valor. 5 strength, 5 agility. Some of the worst he could get. I think it's literally the worst item he could get. Maybe it's you know what? No, it's probably better than Claws of Attack plus 12. I think this is second worst. Get him! Nice. Okay. Good. Now, double heal scroll on Starbuck. And not quite leveled Archmage MK. I thought that would be 4.3. It's only 3.9, 4.1. That means there's still an XP lead on Starbuck. And he's saving up on 50 pop. Getting lots of over burrows, so he can go straight from 50 to 70. In order to do so, he will need to save up to 1,000 gold, which he is close to. Where's the Farseer? Uh-oh, okay. Well, you can just TP out. And he's gonna speed scroll. Hide those shamans. Those shamans are gonna die if they stay there. Okay, nice creeping. There's a clap. Grunt dies. AM level 4. That's Brilliance level 2. Even claps on Orc units that don't end up dying is very valuable for human, because Orc needs to spend money on every single unit that takes damage. Need to heal solve them up. Without healing ward. Another speed scroll on the Farseer. TC is desperately trying to get level 3. 5. Level 3 Shockwave. I think he's going to be there from this camp. Or very close to it. Yep, level 5. Nice. Okay, so now we've got Shockwave level 3. How many heal scrolls does Sok have? He has 2. Ooh. Now, Chain Lightning level 2, Shockwave does more than 1 heal scroll heals up. Heal scroll is 150, Shockwave 200, Chain Lightning is like 160 with drop off. So you're healing 350 to 200 damage with 150 heal scroll. So some of it will stick. Nice Stormbolt on Shaman. There's a Shockwave. Where's the chain? There's the chain. Shockwave mostly out healed. Next Thunderclap is gonna hurt. He's in the middle of all the units. Bam! TP out. TP out! That was an insanely good TP by Sok. He TP'd out right before Shockwave Chain Lightning would become a big issue. I will say that the Orc spells there looked incredible. And Starbuck didn't use any heal scrolls yet. Not sure how useful those shamans were. Starbuck killed 0 units there, by the way. Literally 0. Whereas Sok killed quite a few units. He did use 1 heal scroll, 1 regen scroll and 1 TP. But he gained some experience there. Both are staying at 50 pop. Sok is transitioning to a second Arcane Sanctum. Because he has seen TC5. So he wants to eventually transition out of rifles into double breakers. Double Sanctum breakers. And he's doing it from a very greedy low supply account. No upkeep. in order to be able to get as many as possible. And because he has TP, he's allowed to do this. He's just going to try kill 1 or 2 units with Bolt Clap and then TP out. There's a Shockwave. We're going to see a Stormbolt maybe. No, he doesn't want to target a Grunt. He wants to target a Raider. Good positioning, trying to stay out of the Shockwave range, especially with his casters. Clap is funneling the gap. Love what Sok is doing here. That's a big Shockwave. Sok might be willing to expend 1 heal scroll on this, but he's smartly parking his lower health units to the back. Love his positioning here. He has gone over 50 pop by now. He's making 2 breakers at a time. That was a big Shockwave. Chain Lightning coming in. That's not a kill on any of the units. It's going to be Starbuck that will be forced to use a heal scroll to save his Farseer, even though he has Invulnerability Potion. The first 2 units have died for Sok. 2 rifles. Targeting the Farseer. There's Ankh of Reincarnation going down. Shockwave here could be nice. Good damage. That's a 3rd rifle. 4th rifle down. And Sok is going to TP. So Sok has fallen back under 50 pop with the 4 breakers he made. So I guess he's lost 4 rifles. There's 1 heal scroll that Starbuck didn't use yet. I think he had 3. He used 2. Sok had 1 heal scroll which he used. Heal scroll control goes to Starbuck. That means right now there is no heal scroll on Sok, which is actually quite valuable. The next one is going to be available in 1 minute and 50 seconds. So follow-up fights could be very good for Starbuck if he is able to do some good heal scrolls. However, his whole army is still hurt and slowed, and he needs to buy clarity potions. Starbuck was over 50 pop. But somehow, either he cancelled a unit or he killed something. I'm not sure what. He's back to 50. Sok is once again saving up on 50. He's without Town Portal right now, by the way. It's a little bit risky. Giving all solo XP to MK. Nope, he walked in too quick. Because he's being threatened by raiders from the left. So he had to XP share. It's going to be a quick double dispel for another 30 XP on both heroes. More breakers are coming. He's gone back over 50 pop. As he's being corralled into a corner. He wants to draw Starbuck into an awkward position once again where Clap has maximum value. Shamans have not been great this game, I'm not gonna lie. They've been dying very, very quickly. Maybe a control group issue for Starbuck. Micro issue for sure. They should not be that far forward usually. I've been having the same problems where they die very quickly to rifle Mounticking. Not really getting enough value, but it's sure nice to be able to deal with Water Elementals that fast. Looks like Sok is on course to go to 70 population breaker. Breakers don't have upgrades, but they're magic immune, which makes them very valuable. If priests take care of wolves and shamans cannot hit breakers because of magic immunity, lightning shield, shockwave, chain cannot hit breakers, then what's going to kill breakers? 4 grunts and 1 headhunter? I don't think so. It's the hero auto attacks that will do most. But it gets to a situation here where the best thing you can do is focus heroes. Kill the human heroes. Only thing you can do. Stormbolt on the TC. Good move back by Starbuck. Dust of Appearance on Farseer so he can see invisible heroes. All the casters are back so that Chain Lightning and Shockwave won't do anything. That means wolves are allowed to be used. I like that. He has recognized casters are being kept back to reduce the effectiveness of Shockwave Chain. So now wolves can be used. Priests step up. They do a Dispel. Dispel gets healed with Heal Scroll. 1 unit goes down in the back. Nice target fire by the Farseer to try and get another rifle. He can't get through the heal from the rifle. 3 consecutive auto attacks. Shockwave kills 1 priest. Kind of hits the mark on many others, but the spells are starting to hurt. Okay, that one was good. If Starbuck had vision, the Chain Lightning would have bounced to 3 more units. It's based on vision. So it hit Mounticking, Archmage 1 extra unit, but then didn't bounce to the 3 backline units, which would have killed another Sorceress. TC is getting really close to level 6 actually, to level 6. And Chain Lightning level 3 has been unlocked. That means that pretty much Sok can barely use Rifle Priest Sork. Breaker still being eaten. That does mean that Starbuck has vision inside of him that Sok can use. One of those unused Palantirs. Heal scroll control was really good by Starbuck. Sok didn't have any, which is why Shockwave Chain Lightning were so valuable. He's camping the shop now. In 20 seconds from now, another heal scroll will become available. The end game has sounded. In 30 seconds, gold mines will run out for both players, especially for Starbuck. Sok was slow in mining because of the peasant killing. So Starbuck is making an expansion. Oh, this is hard to fight through. Those breakers, yikes, they're really hard to kill. He's just gonna shockwave the Mountain King. Purge. Yo! Purge helps a lot to get shamans to remove some of that. Well, that's a good shockwave. One priest goes down, second priest. TC, 1 kill away from level 6, which is very good. That's a Stormbolt. He has Invulnerability Potion. He's level 6. Okay, so he doesn't need to use Invul. Now that the priests are dead, wolves are killing again. Wolves are actually amazing against breakers. So long as breakers don't have control magic. See a pause here. Not sure by whom. I think Starbuck is in a really good spot now, actually. With an expansion coming up. And with TC Reincarnate being unlocked. With 0 priests currently being alive, though 2 are in production. Starbuck is currently in a spot where he does not need to be pushed back. Just gonna fast forward past the pause. Shaman's getting attacked there by breakers, but a breaker goes down purely to auto attacks and ensnares. Good focus fire by the Headhunter, Raider, Kodo as well. Okay. Cool. More Raider Headhunter in production. Archmage has not reskilled to Blizzard. No! Sometimes that's a good play. Now you don't have to heal him. It does mean it's on cooldown. Now, if the human doesn't know you did it, they will be laboring under the assumption that Reincarnate is still available. And if you've left for 2 minutes, it is conceivable that you chugged double heal self, double clarity, and that you're full naturally. They don't get a message, TC is reincarnated or something. But I think it's very obvious that it happened. It's a 4-minute cooldown, so he's gonna have to play it safe. But he wanted to be in tip-top fighting shape. He's pretending. Bro. Kodo, eat. Dude. That feels like such a massive throw. He was just standing still there. That is so disgusting. That is so painful to see. Dude, you never do that normally to kill your own TC. That is so disgusting. Oh! Minus $50, bro. Dude, if there was like... If there was betting going on, I would have some suspicions here. If I was a shady betting website, I would claim to find false player. Just so I could steal money. Because, you know, the EULA says anyway, for any reason whatsoever, we can keep your money. We don't have to pay out. It's always rigged against you. Probably. That is so bad. I want to see what Neo said on killing his own TC. Because that's so unusual. Like, orcs don't do that normally. Starbuck fake orc.
Starbuck holding the door, killing his own TC now to trigger the ultimate to come back with full HP and full mana.
He has nothing to say about it because, and he's right. He shouldn't judge it because he's assuming Starbuck knows what he's doing.
The shockwave not work against breakers. Breakers are magic immune. No spells work on them.
Well, let's see what happens when the TC dies.
Cooldown. But yeah, it's a huge mana potion. Oh, but he might need that ultimate now with the surround. Uh-oh, 7 seconds. Oh my god. The Kodo can eat. Eat your way out. All you can eat buffet. Is that the way you lose the game? No way.
Yes way. Okay. Well, that's the series over. There's one more map. Yep. Why is killing your own TC bad? What about all the money you need to spend to heal your mana, to heal to full mana and health TC again? Because you don't have it anymore! Because you don't have it anymore. And if they know, then they can target it. And if you have a Half-Life TC into the next fight, they know you didn't do it, then they won't target it because you still have Reincarnate. You just saw how it's bad. So, interesting. Starbuck... Wait, what is this? He went for a Grunt Headhunter opening, but his tech is too late. 256. Why is it so late? Why is his tech so late? 252. Okay, it's 7 seconds later than I do. Maybe he's mining lumber in the wrong place? It's not quite game over yet to be 7 seconds late. It happens. Grunt into War Mill opening. 6 on lumber. Grunt into War Mill. Grunt Headhunter. Yo, 40. Thanks for the 11 months. Came here with the Carl raid. I know TC from AOM is town center. I'm repeatedly confused here. Yeah, I did some coaching with Viper and I called, and I think Sing Sing as well called Town Hall Town Center TC. Whereas Torrent Chieftain, I mean, I don't know what they think of that. Sing Sing also thinks MK is Monkey King, not Mountain King. Same with Dendy. All those abbreviations are real confusing. Yo, thanks for the gifts up, Surf Chilled. Hello, why do pros never think of buying Invis Potion in those situations? Never? I hate the phrasing of that question. I think it's really boring to answer questions. Why do pros never? Because I first have to dispel that notion. It sounds so contrarian. Like, how should I answer why do pros never? They do. They do. Literally, Starbuck used it twice this series. Oh, Scimitar, thanks for the 5 gifted. Thank you, Scimitar. Abortion Bulldozer. Scimitar 89, thank you, man. I'm not the only one that thinks loaded questions or like weighted questions are annoying. Because it takes a... Right? Because it takes away the... I don't know. It makes it feel weird. Just answer openly. Ask openly. It's much more interesting. Okay, where is this gonna go? Is this gonna be Panda again with Firelord third? Or is Starbuck playing it differently? Because he doesn't have a unit at the tavern yet. Wait, he lost his grunt? Or did he never have a grunt? Yeah, he did. Oh, I see. What? But it's not dead yet. Oh, I see. I see. Oh, okay. Let's check this out. Naga second. I tried this against Pala Rifle. It was garbage. Was this the map I tried it as well? I think so. Naga second. Because on this map, Orc is afraid of Troll Warlord 6 domination by human. Because both of them can be fortified by militia attacks. Do you think it's a coincidence, chat, that militia sound like malicious? Because it certainly feels that way. Tier 3 has started. What will be the third hero? It's from the same root word. Wait, actually? Okay, let me rephrase that. Thank you. Do you think Invispot is often underrated even in pro games? I think both Invispot and Butchel Speed are underrated on TC, even though we do see it. We might need to see it more. Getting good War Stomp is probably worth 100 gold. Yes, I think so. There's like a number of things that can be tedious to set up and use, and they're most likely underrated because of it. Such things are Zeppelin, Invis Potion, and Backpack. Those seem to always be good when you use them, but they're tedious. Source, I made it up. Yeah, you think that Naga with her range can stay out of Siphon, but she's also slow. Her movement speed is 270, I believe. Which makes her a lot slower than many other heroes. Yeah, this just feels like garbage. Maybe because he already lost the series, he didn't care and just wanted to try this build order, this pet build. This sucks ass. I'm gonna fast forward. I'm annoyed by Naga. Okay, great. You've got Naga level 3. Now what? Mana Shield? Lamau. Just finished Tiny Great Hall. Attack is coming. GG. Okay, let's see. I think there's gonna be 2 unit kills. For Orc. Yeah, just walk away from scroll. Frost Arrow, level 1. Oh my god, the Siphon. Dude, why is Siphon 1 so long and effective? Oh my, I am so annoyed by Siphon, man. Holy shit. I don't even know. I think I prefer to be stung by 15 mosquitoes than to be stung by Siphon 3 times in a Warcraft 3 game. It's so triggering to see the mosquito like... Siphon is just as bad, if not worse. It feels like 0 DPS, even though you've got a fully ranged army. Oh, that was a nice cloak though. Imagine having Dust. He would have actually got the Blood Mage. That might have changed things a bit, but he's also out of mana. Siphon needs longer cooldown. Yeah, what is it? Like, it feels like it's like 6 seconds. Guys, did Tolkien discover the word orc? It has a cooldown? Yeah. It is 6 seconds? There's no way it's 6, right? Siphon cooldown. Siphon is 6. That's crazy. But doesn't it last like 6? So he can just do it over and over if he full channels? That is so wild. I said it in 2007, guys, that Blood Mage Siphon is OP. I said it in 2K7. It was true then, it's true now. It was just not used a lot. Only TH was abusing it. Sometimes they did AM Blood Mage. TH was doing MK Blood Mage. Nice kill on the Blood Mage. Does he have Lightning Orb on Farseer? No. Scrappy hold by Starbuck. He's trying his best. Oh, devotion level 2. Oh, damn. Going for a bit of a heal. And the Great Hall shall fall. Blood Mage is back from the tavern. Ouch. Drinks Clarity on Blood Mage. Instantly walks forward to get it cancelled. Doesn't care because he can siphon enemy mana anyway. The 2003 designer had the right idea with Siphon only working on enemies. Wait. They added Siphon on allies later? When? In 2004. Oh. 4-1. 4-1 for Sok. GG. Nice show match. Hope you guys enjoyed it and maybe learned something from it as well. I was especially analytical in the first 3 games.